Dana White has just announced the bouts for UFC 304 in Manchester, main by Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad, co-main by Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blaydes. He's also announced two feature fights for the card: Paddy Pimblett versus Bobby Green, and Muhammad Mokaev versus Manel Cape. This is looking spicy, straight spicy. This is a good card lineup already. The whole card has not been announced, but the makings of this card are already very fucking good. We're looking at main by Bilal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards, which I don't see this fight ending in any type of exciting way. I think this goes to a decision. Leon Edwards is a bit of a point fighter, and Bilal Muhammad, this motherfucker can't get a finish if his life depended on it. But the co-main is where it really gets interesting for me, at least. Everybody knows I'm a big Tom Aspinall fan, grantly so. But this is the rematch for the interim belt, which is fucking. Let me say this first off. It's fucking crazy that Tom Aspinall has to defend his interim belt. All right, anytime a fighter has to defend their interim belt, that means the champion should be fucking stripped. But we live in clown world, so that ain't happening. Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blaydes, the rematch. The first fight ended, unfortunately, in a knee injury for Tom Aspinall. It wasn't even a fight, like a minute into the fight before the injury occurred. I think he had only landed like two strikes. But I'm happy to see the rematch. Both Tom and Curtis have been kind of on the road recently. Tom Aspinall defeated Sergey Plavlich, knocked him the fuck out. Boogeyman of the division got slept by Tom Aspinall. And Curtis Blaydes, he's proven himself against guys like Jalton Almeida, this guy who's just been the absolute roid monster, who's just been grappling his way through the heavyweight division boringly. You know, and the fights announced for this card are already looking very good. Besides those, we have Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze. I don't know, and Muhammad Mokaev versus Manel Cap, as well as Bobby Green versus Paddy Pimblett. There's a couple others in this card that I really like. Nathan Neanderthal, uh, oh fuck it, I can't speak today. Woods versus Deanna Pena. And Molly McCann versus Bruna Brazil. I like this, bro. I really do like this card. It still needs some filler, but the frame, the bones of this card are looking very good. Let me talk about the matches real quick. Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad. I'm gonna say it how it is. I think Leon Edwards beats him. I don't think he KOs him, but I do think he beats him. And I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something that's gonna be very decisive. I think Bilal Muhammad's wins have aged poorly. I'm gonna say it how the fuck it is. Look at his wins real quick. Gilbert Burns, a Burns who just got his ass kicked by JDM in what's the word, decisive way than the way not Leon, it was Bilal Muhammad defeated him. Gilbert Burns tore like three different things in his elbow in the second round, and Bilal Muhammad still took this fucker to a decision. Like, you can't be doing that. Sean Brady is doing good in the lightweight division right now. I can't talk shit about that. He came back after that loss to Bilal Muhammad with looking good. Vicente Luque. We already know Vicente Luque don't got it in him anymore. That dog that was once in Vicente Luque, it's not there anymore. We saw that against Buckley. Like, just saying it how it is, he's a checked out man, bro. Stephen Thompson, I like him, but the fact of the matter is he's like 40. He still can't stuff a fucking takedown. Like, this guy, like, his only impressive win was over an injured Holland after he broke his hand in like the second round. Seriously, look at this. He immediately gets choked out by an injured Shavkat. Like, Damian Maya. Do I even have to say more? Damian Maya has been washed for at least a couple years, and then you go on and it's just, oh, his resume drops off a cliff. Except the fight with Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal's always good. Jeff Neal's always dangerous. There's a possibility that Bilal Muhammad gets knocked out. I don't see it happening. Leon Edwards does not have that KO ability like Jeff Neal does. Jeff Neal just has that. He has like just that. I think it's a bone structure in your hand you have to have to throw with that much power. But anyways, Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blaydes. A lot of people are gonna talk shit about this and be like, "Oh, this guy everybody thought was gonna win, Tom Aspinall fucking destroyed his knee." Like Curtis Blaydes had any play over that. He took a wrong step at the wrong time, and Tom Aspinall blew out his knee. That's like Curtis Blaydes did not influence that in any fucking way. Let's not even pretend like that's reality, real quick. Um, Curtis Blaydes, he's looked good in his recent fights. I'll say this: a lot of people will think that Curtis Blaydes is good. I think he's good. I think he's fucking stupid. And I really think that should be a determining factor in more fights than it is. I said the same thing about Minifield versus that city kickboxing guy. I said he's fucking stupid. Like I seriously think it should be like an IQ put on the tail of the tapes for these fighters. I think a lot of these fighters, like some of them are very dumb, and I think in some ways it helps them in fighting, in some ways it doesn't. But a guy like Curtis Blaydes versus a smart Tom Aspinall who will do whatever it takes to win. Like he's not gonna. I don't think he will cheat, but I think if you're beating him in the striking, he's gonna take you down in grappling. If you're beating him in the grappling, he's gonna strike with you. He's looking for that way to win every single time in a fight. And I really think a stupid guy like Curtis Blades, I really think Tom's gonna bully him. I think times where Curtis Blades should be shooting or should be trying to go for the takedown, I think Tom Aspinall's gonna know it and keep it standing. I think Curtis Blaze really doesn't know when to mix it up. I really do think that. I think he grapples when he shouldn't be grappling. Like when somebody's rocked and he should be throwing strikes, he grapples. And I think the times where he should be grappling with guys who are vastly inferior to him when it comes to grappling, he strikes with. And I think for a guy like Tom Aspinall, you can't do that. Tom Aspinall's too quick and his grappling is too good for you to be fucking around with him on the feet like that. I don't think this is going to go well for Curtis Blaze. I know a lot of people are going to go, oh well, Tom Aspinall lost the last match, bro. His knee fucking spontaneously combusted, bro. Don't talk to me about this, dude. That's just dumb. Arnold Allen versus Giga Chiketsky. I like this fight. I really like this fight. Looking back, Arnold Allen did better than Justin Gaethje when they fought Max Holloway. Just saying, just saying. His losses kind of aged pretty well. Me personally, his fight against what's his name, the Russian guy, but Mozart Evlov. I think if Arnold Allen doesn't get reset in the final round, he beats Evlov. But that's just me personally. But Arnold Allen's losses have aged kind of well. I can kind of say the same for Giga Chiketsky. He hasn't done poorly. I like how he's staying active. He is a little older. He's like, what, 38? 35. God, he looks old. But he hasn't looked too bad recently. The Calvin Qatar fight was, that was a bad one, of course. But previously, Alex Casares, I like Casares. People talk shit on Casares because he's vegan. He has no finishing ability, but he's good on the feet. He's very good on the feet. He's always in there. He's always present. I like that. But I think all Allen's going to come in there, and I think he's going to win. But it's risky because Giga does. I can see all Allen getting caught by that Giga kick. I can see it happening. But all Allen, I like him. I like the way he strikes. I think he's powerful. He has the cardio. We've seen him go on a couple rounds with Holloway. That just shows you that he has that cardio. A lot of lesser guys like Giga, he seems like the type who would get melted by Max Holloway. But all Allen stayed in there entire the fight. He has a good chin, good power, good stamina. His fight IQ does worry me a bit, but I can see him winning this fight. Muhammad Mokaev versus Manel Cape. This fucker. Manelke, please, please, please ice this stupid fucking cliff dweller. Please. I can't stand Muhammad Mokaev and his fluky flukester magic, bro. I can't fucking stand it. I can't stand how this guy will just fluke his way to a win. Like, Muhammad Mokaev's way to winning is getting his ass kicked for the first two rounds and then somehow pulling up a clutch victory in the last third, bro. I can't fucking stand him and his fighting style, especially his last match soured a bunch of people in the way he boringly wrestled and stayed on top of the fight. I don't even remember the person he fought last time. What was his name? Alex Perez, yeah. Alex Perez. The Tim Elliott fight I like that one, but everything else was just fucking boring, bro. Manel Cap, I can for real see this. It's sad me saying this, but I can see Muhammad Mokaev winning. I can see like Manel Cap beating him up, just tooling on him, using that, exploiting Muhammad Mokaev's, rudimentary, like basic striking. Manel Cap keeps it loose, keeps it fast. He doesn't stick to the same strikes over and over. It makes it very hard for Muhammad Mokaev to predict him. And I think Manel Cap tools him up for the first two rounds. But then Muhammad Mokaev, he starts pulling out the prayer book, throwing his scented oils around the ring. Starts pulling that fluky flukester magic. It just pulls up and gets that late clutch third round finish, bro. I can see it happening, but I'm going with Manel Cap, but I will not be surprised if Muhammad Mokaev does his fluky flukester magic and fucking wins. Bobby Green versus Paddy Pimblett. A lot of people saying this is the end of Pimblett. I don't know about that, bro. I really don't know about that, dude. Pimblett gets disrespected, but great. All right, granted, he gets disrespected for a good reason. You know, he was not humble after the Jared Gordon fight at all. He thought he would win, he didn't objectively, but he's apologized for that. And Paddy Pimblett's his grappling's actually very fucking good. His judo and jujitsu is very very good. Like he's a strong. People forget this. He's very big for the lightweight division. Like he is. He genuinely is. People say, "Ha, Paddy Pimblett, fat fuck." You know the way this guy balloons after a fight, which he does, but he is very strong for the lightweight division. Very. He's a big dude. If you see him in there with other lightweights, you're like, Paddy's kind of fucking big. He is, dude. But this fight worries me. Paddy Pimblett likes to keep his head up. He throws the same strikes over and over. And granted, Paddy Pimblett does have some heat in his hands. If you don't believe me, go back and watch his Cage Warriors fights. He does have heat in his hands, but he's so predictable, and he has his head up all the fucking time. And a guy like Bobby Green, I know I've picked against Bobby Green in the past before, but I can kind of see his style working against Paddy Pimblett like that, like just keeping him on the outside, throwing strikes at him, making him miss over and over, getting Paddy Pimblett focused on trying to land strikes that Bobby Green just walks away from him, just gets out of range of him every time. I can see that happening. I can see Bobby Green going in for these 1-2s and just randomly throwing an overhand right or something, and catching Paddy Pimblett clean, man. It's worrying because I know Paddy Pimblett has a good chin, but you never know when that's about to end, bro. Whether or not Paddy Pimblett can get Bobby Green to the ground, that's a big if. That's a really big if. Bobby Green's a little older. He's past his expiration date of 35, but I don't know, man. This is a hard fight to pick. I'm gonna look through some more tape of Paddy Pimblett, and then I'm gonna come back to you because Paddy Pimblett, he does have really good fuck. He has good wrestling, good jujitsu, and good judo, man. He really does. He's a strong fucking lightweight. But Bobby Green, he's been doing this shit for so fucking long. He knows how to counter wrestle. He knows how to escape submissions. This is a very difficult fight to predict. Um, Everything else I can predict when the fight card comes around, but good shit. I think it's crazy that Muhammad Belal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards takes this long to get booked. This should have been booked 3-4 months ago. He Leo Edwards shouldn't even have fought Colby. That shouldn't have ever even happened. And since he did fight Colby, he should have made a quick turnaround, but he didn't for some reason. Who knows? I don't know why. I think it's crazy that Tom Aspinall has to defend his interim fucking belts. That's crazy to me. That's fucking crazy. For no reason should a interim champion being defending his belt. It just goes to show that like no one gives a fuck about um John Jones versus fucking Stipe, bro. Like they just if John Jones really wanted to chase Stipe and it's not about the belt and it's not about the defenses, he should have relinquished the belt after the Cyril Gone fight, fought fought Stipe, well, win or lose. After that, Tom Aspinall should have been promoted to undisputed champ, and then came back for a title match against him. That's what he should have done, but he didn't. What else? What else? Manel Cap versus Muhammad Mokaev. Fucking get Muhammad Mokaev out of this, bro. I can't stand. He's the biggest fluky flukester. Like people say Bilal Muhammad's a fluky flukester or Kevin Holland's a fluky flukester. Like this guy's a grade A fluky flukester, dude. Like he is such a fucking fluky flukester. I can't fucking stand him. But this is good. I also think it's crazy that the UFC is um really gonna make British fans stay up till 1 a.m. to watch Tom Aspinall fucking smoke Curtis Blades. But that's what the UFC does, man. They're greedy like that. I'll come back for the full card prediction one day, but that'll be all from me, guys. Like and subscribe. Bye bye.